ache.
Welcome back, everybody, to this very special edition of MLB The Show 18 with the White Sox. It is time for the postseason. So today we were playing the first two games at home against Boston. Game 1 is going to be Giolito versus Chris Sale. Game 2 is going to be Syndergaard against Price. So two good teams, both offensively, defensively, pitching on their benches and the bullpens. Two very evenly matched teams. So I'm very looking forward to this. Let's go ahead and get right into today's games. Welcome everybody to Guaranteed Rate Field here. It is October and it is time for some postseason baseball. It's the Boston Red Sox, the Chicago White Sox, Game 1 of the American League Division Series. I'm very excited to get this underway. These two teams have a lot of history just this season with the trade with Josh Bell, Rafael Devers, Carson Fulmer going over in the trade as well. So a lot of familiar faces on both squads, including the starting pitcher tonight for the Boston Red Sox, Chris Sale. We'll talk about more of him in a minute. You can look at the team info. White Sox had the leading hitter, Adam Eaton, a little bit better than Andrew Benintendi. You guys can pause and look at those stats. And like I said, Chris Sale, the former ace of the White Sox staff, as he's going to be going against the current ace of the White Sox staff, Lucas Giolito. It is almost time for Game 1 of the 2019 American League Division Series. You can see the players going out there. Scott Schiebler not in the starting lineup tonight. Nicky Delmonico will be in. Those are pretty much the only positions where players are going to be alternating. Adolfo Castro will be the starting catcher in the playoffs, unless he's playing extremely poorly or an injury. So the White Sox are very excited. They want to make it to the World Series this year. They were one game shy last year. They're looking to do it this year. Almost time to go ahead and start Game 1. Two very good teams. The Red Sox, the White Sox. And it is time. You can see the Red Sox in their Navy alternate jerseys. You can see their starting lineup. They have Bogarts, Benintendi. You can see Josh Bell and Jake Berger. How could we forget about Jake Berger? He's batting ninth. He batted in the 260s, I believe, to finish the season. And Lucas Giolito is on the mound for the White Sox. In the regular season, he was 15-9, a great 3.27 ERA. The strikeouts, a little bit more than a strikeout per inning. The walks were fantastic, resulting in a very good whip. And he looks to take his team far into the postseason here in 2019 as we are almost underway. And Alexander Bogarts to the plate. 13 home runs, 51 RBIs in the regular season. And it is time for the first pitch of the postseason. And it is strike one. The White Sox fans got their rally towels. You can see in the background. They're pumped up. It is postseason baseball once again on the south side of Chicago. 0-1 the count to Bogarts, who's going to hit this one into right. It's going to drop down for a leadoff single in front of Adam Eaton. So Xander Bogarts getting his team off early with that leadoff single. It is time for the White Sox to come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning, and they are down early, 2-0. You can see the starting lineup for the White Sox. Nothing much has changed. You can see Nicky Delmonico in, batting eighth. Scott Schiebler is going to be on the bench, and Chris Sale is on the mound. A great 2.39 ERA. The whip of just .96. Holy cow. The White Sox are going to have their hands tied behind their backs trying to swing today against a phenomenal pitcher. You can see the defense, a lot of gold glovers. 2018 gold glover right there, Benintendi, Pedroia, Betts. And Pedroia being very big in this game so far with a 2-run home run. After Bogarts got on, he hit a 2-run shot. So White Sox down 2-0 here as Adam Eaton walks to the plate. He looks to continue off his great 2019 season. And he will swing through strike number one. A lot of left-handers in this lineup for the White Sox. which definitely does favor the Red Sox with Chris Sale. And that slider, he's going to take a lot off that one. And now quickly 0-2 the count to Adam Eaton. A lot of movement on his pitches. I mean, that fastball, granted it was a two-seamer, it was only 93. Chris Sale can get his fastball up to their 98, 99. As that changeup is going to be low for ball number 2. Count even at 2. And that is going to be ball 3. So after getting up on the count 0-2, 3 straight balls from Chris Sale, now a full count. You can see the fans going crazy in the stands behind us. And wow, that slider is something else. The left-hander's going to have a hard time with that this afternoon, or I should say night. It is nighttime. You can see that slider really cutting. Left-handers are going to have to do a better job restraining themselves. Jake Berger to the plate. You can see his final stats for the 2019 regular season as it is 2-2. Matt Davidson with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first brings the White Sox back even in this game, as Jake Berger's going to fall that one off. That was right down the middle. So the former White Sox prospect and every other day kind of third baseman, especially during the Matt Davidson injury, and that's who he hits it to, Matt Davidson, and he's going to retire him for the final out here in the 2nd inning. Blake Rutherford to the plate as he looks to continue off his rookie year, a great rookie year, I may add, in his first postseason play. As that fastball, he's going to be looking silly on that one. Last year, Eloy Jimenez came up, had a great regular season, and really was one of the White Sox most valuable players last season in the postseason. So Blake Rutherford trying to do the same this year, as that fastball is going to be low for ball number 1. Definitely a full stadium tonight, no doubt about it, as the White Sox look to capture another World Series, their first since 2005. That one's going to get down the line, and it is foul by inches, centimeters, millimeters. You need a microscope to see how close that was. And a good slider in the dirt, and that is going to get Blake Rutherford here for the first out in the bottom of the 2nd. Andrew Benintendi to the plate here in the top of the 3rd inning. 2 outs. Lucas Giolito trying to get the 3rd out for his 2nd 1-2-3 inning after giving up that 2-run shot in the first, as he's going to lose a little bit of command on that fastball, and that's going to be high for ball 1. 42 pitches, so he's calmed down. He was about 20 pitches there in the 1st inning, so he's done a better job as he falls behind in this count 2-0 to a great young hitter in Andrew Benintendi. That curveball, or I should say changeup, stays a little high, which oftentimes shows a little bit of trouble with the release point, but it's going to drop in there for a strike. And that fastball is going to be fouled off to the left side, and now a 2-2 count. Advantage Giolito, who's got that great curveball, and he uses it here, but it's a little bit outside, bringing a full count. You can see the fans, they love Giolito. Full count, 3-2, as that is going to be a broken bat. Matt Davidson going to try to barehand it, and he will not be able to. He had the momentum going the first, and they're going to rule that a base hit, so a 2-out hit for Andrew Benintendi. Eloy Jimenez up to the plate. He finished the season with 30 home runs, 90 driven in, as it is still 2-2 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Both pitchers is calming down after that. 2 home runs that they gave up each, as a good play down there at 3rd base by Jake Berger is going to get the final out here in the bottom of the 3rd. So nothing going for the White Sox as we head to the top of the 4th. Devon Travis up to the plate. Devon Travis looking to get a leadoff hit, and that's going to be to Tim Anderson. He's going to throw it on over. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 4th. Rafael Devers to the plate here. He's 0 for 1. He flew out in the first. Still 2-2. He came over from the Red Sox in that Josh Bell trade, And he's trying to look valuable here, but he's going to pop this one up right over home plate. And that is a quick one pitch out. And you can see the postseason bracket. The Giants winning the wild card, and now they have the Cubs on the brink of elimination 2-0. Dodgers have Washington on the brink at 2-0. Seattle won the wild card, and now they have a one-game lead over the Angels. So, a lot of underdog stories going so far in this postseason. Josh Bell to the plate. He's 0 for 1, and he walked in the third. And your first time seeing him in a Boston uniform. Runner on first here in the sixth. Still a tied game here at 2. So some speed over there at first base. With the power threatening of Josh Bell, as that changeup's going to be just off the plate for ball number 1. A little bit of a longer lead over there at first, as this one's going to be hit right to Jimenez in center field. Didn't even have to move, and he gets the first out here in the 6th. Yohan Moncada to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and he grounded out. As he looks to break the tie here, at least get on base is what he's looking for, as that fastball is going to be high. Another two-seamer at 94 miles per hour. Surprisingly, we're not seeing a lot of that four-seam fastball, as Moncada's going to give a charge into this one, but it's going to be just shy of the track, as he's going to fly out here in the bottom of the 6th. Jake Burger up. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and he grounded out here in the top of the 7th inning. Lucas Giolito on the mound. Could be his last inning of work, as it is still a tied game at 2. The 2-run shots each for the Red Sox and the White Sox in the first innings have been the only bit of offense we have seen in this ball game, as that ball is going to be outside. So 2-0 the count to Jake Burger. Lucas Giolito trying to get a 1-2-3 inning here in the 7th. He's been lights out since he gave up that 2-run home run to Dustin Pedroia at the second at bat of the game. So since then he has looked pretty good, as that ball is going to be high. Now the count is 3-1. Looks like he's going with a curveball here. A little dangerous move here on 3-1. And he's going to walk Jake Burger. So he's hoping that will not come back to haunt him. You can see his stats tonight. 97 pitches. He has 5 strikeouts in 6 2/3 innings. He's given up 7 hits. He's only walked 2. So all in all, not a terrible performance, but he needs to get out Xander Bogaerts to get through this inning. Jake Burger on first, so not a lot of speed, as this one's going to be popped up by the Red Sox dugout, and what a catch by Devers. Holy cow. What a big catch, and now the White Sox will go up to bat in the 7th. They only have 3 hits. They're looking to get on the board. Tim Anderson to the plate. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th, as Blake Rutherford just doubled into left field, and he's standing on second base. And that could get a run in. It's going to be a close play at home. It's a good throw. The throw to the plate. And Blake Rutherford is thrown out at home. A good throw by Mookie Betts in right field. They hit the cutoff man. So the White Sox had an opportunity. Unfortunately, they did not. Were not successful in that, as that pitch is outside. A good throw. And he is thrown out. So White Sox thrown out twice in the last 2 pitches. And they squander their effort, as a good throw nabs Tim Anderson at second. Score remains tied at 2. Josh Bell up to the plate again. He's 0 for 2. He had that walk in the 3rd inning. And Gregory Infante is in the pitch. He's retired the first 2 batters here in the 8th. And he looks to go 1-2-3 here in the 8th by getting Josh Bell. So the White Sox squandering their opportunities in the bottom of the 7th. And now they will be coming up in the bottom of the 8th. It's still a tied game, but the White Sox do not want to get into extra innings. They want to keep the bullpen fresh. And it's going to be Delmonico, Castro, and Eden up in the 8th. Adolfo Castro to the plate. He's 0 for 2. A right-handed batter in this lineup, trying to do well against Chris Sale. He's only given up 5 hits through his 7 1/3 innings pitched, as that one's going to be hit down the line, but it's going to be foul. 86 pitches for Sale. So White Sox trying to get him knocked out, trying to get into that bullpen. As this is going to be a little shibbler off the bat. I don't know what kind of word shibbler is, but it's not going to be good enough to get a base hit here. Now 2 outs in the 8th. The tie has been broken. Frederick Gonzalez came in. He's 19 years old, his first postseason appearance, and in the first at bat he sees, he gives up a solo shot to Mookie Betts. So a definitely a risky bet, giving the 9th inning in a tied game to a 19-year-old. But I mean, he had Mookie Betts fishing. He did. And he didn't miss his spot on that pitch either. So it was just a good hit by Mookie Betts. His count is 1-1. As this one's going to be hit up the middle. Another base hit here. So 2 hits now here in the top of the 9th inning. As the Red Sox have taken the lead and are putting pressure on the White Sox. Chris Russin coming in the pitch. And he's going to have the performance of his life here. As it is bases loaded, 1 out. Frederick Gonzalez, just not his best outing. It just wasn't. So the sinker baller is in, and he's looking for a double play, and that will get 1 out. A run will come in the score. A good play by Tim Anderson to get that out at second base. But the Red Sox do score a run. It is 4-2. Eloy Jimenez up to the plate. It is 4-2. White Sox have 1 out here in the 9th. They're trying to stage a rally. Yomakata just grounded out to Josh Bell at first. As Craig Kimbrell, also known as Birdman, because of his stance, you can see him right there. White Sox glad to have Chris Sale out, but their night does not get easy with Craig Kimbrell, as Eloy Jimenez is going to swing at a pitch he knew he should not have swung at. Second left his hand, he knew it was low, but he still swung at it. Counts 1-1 though. As that ball is going to be same spot. Same spot. All 3 pitches have been the same spot. So you know where they're aiming with Eloy Jimenez. As that one's going to stay up, it's not going to be far enough. As Mookie Betts is going to get underneath that one. And the White Sox are down to their final out here in the Game 1 of the American League Division Series. And it's Matt Davidson. The only source of runs for this game for the White Sox came in the first inning. And a 2-run shot by Matt Davidson. And he's the White Sox lone hope right now. As he's going to swing past that fastball for strike number 1. Matt Davidson and Eloy Jimenez, last season's postseason heroes for the White Sox, who got to Game 7 of the American League Championship Series. He's trying to do it again. As that fastball he's going to miss, and now the White Sox are down to their final strike. The White Sox fans not giving up. You can hear the energy in the crowd. It's 0-2. And that is 3 straight strikes. And the Boston Red Sox and Chris Sale take Game 1 here at home. The White Sox finishing the regular season 40-41 at home. And their home woes continue as they lose Game 1 here at home field. You know, the White Sox just were offensively not clicking. They just weren't clicking. You know, they gave up that 2-run shot, Lucas Giolito, on the second at bat of the game. White Sox responded with a 2-run shot of their own in the bottom of the first, and it just wasn't enough today. As Craig Kimbrell gets the save, Chris Sale gets the win. So, we will be back now for Game 2. As you can see, the final box score, 4-11-0 for Boston, 2-5-0 for the White Sox. Not enough, but they look to come back with Syndergaard here in Game 2. Welcome back, everybody, to Game number 2 of the American League Division Series. The Red Sox are up 1-0 in the series, the best of 5, as the White Sox look to respond. They definitely did not have it clicking in Game 1. Offense only had 5 hits, 2 runs. Pitching-wise, they were pretty good. They gave up only 2 runs for the first 8 innings. Frederick Gonzalez came in. Definitely not his best performance, giving a solo shot to Mookie Betts, then a couple hits. And the White Sox dropped it 4-2. But they look to come back today. They have Noah Syndergaard, who they got in that trade from the Mets. So it looks to be a promising game. It's going to be David Price on the mound for the Red Sox. 2 very good pitchers. So White Sox look to respond tonight in front of their home crowd, looking to even up the series as they go to Boston. Almost time for Game 2. And the biggest key to the game for the White Sox, at least from my point of view, is getting on David Price early. Chris Sale was allowed to get through the 8th inning. He pitched 8 strong innings with 10 strikeouts. The White Sox did not get to him early. Besides for the 2-run home run, they had nothing on him the entire game pretty much until the later, about 7th inning, they start getting a few hits off. But the White Sox need to attack David Price early. You can see his stats from the regular season: 14-7, a .298 ERA. Strikeouts per inning, a little less than 1, as it was 748. So the White Sox need to get on David Price early. Here in the 1st or 2nd inning, you can see the starting lineup. Nothing has changed really for the Red Sox. You can see Josh Bell and Jake Burger still in there. And as Noah Syndergaard finishes off his starting pitches, we are almost ready to start this game. Noah Syndergaard not trying to give up as many hits as Lucas Giolito did. You can see the defense for the White Sox. Adam Eaton's in center of this game. Eloy Jimenez move over to right, and Blake Rutherford's in left. Scott Schiebler is in. He's going to be DHing tonight's game. Nicky Delmonico did have a hit in the last game, but the White Sox and Mike Butcher opted to go with Scott Schiebler in this one. So Xander Bogaerts up to bat as it is time for the first pitch. And it is strike 1. 97 miles per hour. Thor is no secret to having some fast fastballs, as he looks to be going at that same spot again with another fastball, and he will hit that spot, and it's fouled off that fencing in front of the Boston Red Sox dugout. So quickly 0-2 the Bogaerts. Syndergaard trying to get his first strikeout of the game, and a close pitch. Not going to go Syndergaard's way. It was right there. Could have been gone either way. But still 1-2 the count. He's still ahead. He's going with another breaking pitch here. And that one's going to be fouled off behind the plate. So Xander Bogaerts, he's definitely not giving up in this at bat. A good eye on that 3rd pitch. And he's going to strike out here. 3 fastballs, 3 strikes, and the first strikeout of the night for Noah Syndergaard. Mike Butcher looking on as the White Sox come to the plate. A 1-2-3 inning for Noah Syndergaard. You can see the starting lineup for the White Sox. Nothing has changed besides for Scott Schiebler coming in. He's going to be batting 8th and DHing for the White Sox tonight. As David Price on the mound, you saw his stats earlier. 199 hits in 229 and 2/3 innings pitched. So very good numbers for him. The strikeouts not as high as they once used to be for David Price. And the biggest question for David Price is, how is he going to perform in the playoffs? He's done great year after year after year after year in the regular season. And when it comes time for playoffs, he tends to choke a little bit. So hopefully I'm not jinxing the White Sox here. But Adam Eaton up to the plate. Still scoreless. As I said, a 1-2-3 inning, and the White Sox are out to attack early as a close play. Adam Eaton diving in there at first, and they might challenge this. He did look like he was safe, so will the White Sox challenge the first play of the game? I mean, there's a good chance. The White Sox want to get out early. Like I said, the key, it looks on this angle that he looked out. From this angle, he looked like he was out. I don't know if the White Sox are challenging the play or not. I mean, it's risky to challenge the first play of the game because then you don't have it if you lose. So we'll see what they decide to do, and they are going to challenge. They have decided they will challenge. Mike Butcher gets the sign, and they're asking to challenge the play at first. So the call on the field was out. Adamian diving in there the first. We'll take another look from this angle now. Slow down, and that's hard to tell. I mean, it was definitely hard to tell. We'll take a look at the umpires as they get the call. They take out the headset, and the ruling is out. So the White Sox lose their challenge on the first play of the game offensively. So Mike Butcher not happy with the call, as it is out number 1. Josh Bell to the plate. He was 0 for 3 in game 1. And the White Sox look to shut him out tonight. When you make trades, you definitely want the players to have a good career, do well in the other team. You want it to be a fair trade. But right now the White Sox don't want it to be a fair trade. They want to see the positivity from their trade. They want to see Josh Bell, quite frankly, do terrible in this series. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat it. They want to see him do terrible. They don't want to see him hurt his former team. And they want to see Rafael Devers do fantastic, as that curveball is going to be outside. This count is 1-2. So the White Sox going down 1-2-3 in the first inning. So not attacking early. You guys saw that challenge at first, as that slider is going to be inside on Josh Bell. So now the count is 2-2. Noah Syndergaard retiring the first 3 batters, trying to record his 4th out. And that curveball is going to be just a tad bit low, so a good eye by Josh Bell, not swinging away at that one. I mean, it was a hittable pitch. It was close. The full count pitch, and that one's going to be fouled off behind the plate. Noah Syndergaard trying to record another strikeout here. And this one's going to be hit out to left field. Blake Rutherford's going to get underneath it. And that is 1 out here in the second. Rafael Devers to the plate. He was 0 for 3 in game 1. So much like his counterpart in that trade, they both went 3 at-bats. Both did not get a hit. As Matt Davidson is now at first base with nobody out here in the second. So Rafael Devers trying to get a run in, as that is a double play ball, and it is a double play. So 1 pitch, 2 outs. Not what Devers wanted to do there. Jake Berger to the plate. He was 1 for 3 in game 1. He was another piece of that trade. So as we discussed in game 1, the amount of players that went over to Boston in that trade, we're seeing in these games. Carson Fulmer is in the bullpen for the Red Sox, as it is 0-1 to Jake Berger. Top of the third, 1 out. Noah Syndergaard giving up a single hit so far, as he tries to get the second out here in the third. Noah Syndergaard and Jake Berger never were teammates, as Jake Berger is going to nail this one into center field. A 1-out single for the young third baseman. Scott Schiebler to the plate. He finished the regular season with 39 homers, as it is 1 out here in the third. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, White Sox have only 1 hit tonight. So not attacking, like I said, the key of the game was for the White Sox. Now they're 1 out in the third. I mean, each person can define early in a ball game to themselves, but I don't think this is what the White Sox had in mind, as that is ball 1. Only 22 pitches through 2 1/3 innings pitched, so David Price is cruising along right now, keeping his bullpen healthy, as Schiebler is going to swing through that one, and now it is 1-2. Scott Schiebler inserted in today's game, and he's trying to do something with it, you know? He's given the opportunity. He's got to make something of himself here. He had a great regular season, but that doesn't matter now. It's postseason baseball. And this one's hit out to center field, but right at Jackie Bradley Jr. So the White Sox woes continue. 4-0 Red Sox here in the bottom of the fourth. A 4-run fourth for the Red Sox has the White Sox down now, as this one's going to be driven out to center field. But Jackie Bradley Jr. is going to grab it. He's going to get the out. And the White Sox have been snake bitten. Dustin Pedroia to the plate. He's 0 for 2. 4-0. But nobody out. Runner on second as a leadoff double for Xander Bogaerts has Noah Syndergaard in trouble here. So not what the White Sox and their fans wanted, as now he's down 2-0 in the count. You can hear the fans. They're not happy with the umps. Some questionable umpiring, no doubt about it. But you got to hit your pitches. And right now Noah Syndergaard is not, as that one missed quite a bit. And it is 3-0. He will hit that sinker. So he does get a strike. He needs to battle his way back in this game. He's trying to get through the 5th inning. As this one's hit medium deep into left field, or right field. Runner is tagging for third, and he will get there. So 90 feet away stands Xander Bogaerts here in the 5th. Blake Rutherford to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. White Sox down 6-0 now, so 2 more runs coming across there in the 4th inning. As Blake Rutherford swinging on the first pitch he sees, and it's right to Pedroia. White Sox cannot catch a break, and they're not creating any opportunities for themselves, as they only have 1 hit through 5 innings. Jake Burger back to the plate. We're seeing a lot of Jake Burger in this series so far, as Matt Harvey is in the pitch. He walked a batter, gave up a hit, but the runs were not charged to him. So 6 runs given up on Noah Syndergaard's watch, as this ball is not really going to catch the plate, but no, Matt Harvey's going to get the benefit of the call there. So Matt Harvey not having a terrific regular season. You know, White Sox probably not going to be bringing him back next year, but he's trying to build himself at least a resume for free agency, because he wants to be signed, and with a pitch like that hitting at the corners, he might get some offers as he strikes out Burger for the first time in the 6th. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs as Eloy Jimenez walks to the plate. White Sox still with only 1 hit, as it is 7-0 Red Sox. White Sox not putting anything together, and they're not even getting base hits. Their game plan has not worked, as Jake Burger's going to throw him out. Another 1-2-3 inning for David Price, who is shining tonight. Andrew Benintendi to the plate. He's 2 for 3. He's got an RBI. He's scored 3 times as Diaz is in pitching. Top of the 9th inning. 7-0 Red Sox. So the White Sox pretty much on the brink of going to elimination and heading into Boston, as the White Sox still have only have one hit through 8 innings of play. As that changeup is going to be left right over the heart of the plate. Benintendi thankfully not able to do anything with that. As the count remains 0-2. Diaz looking for a strikeout. That one's too far out of the zone. That 89-mile-per-hour fastball. Nothing doing with that. The 1-2. And that one's going to be hit pretty good, but definitely not a fair ball. And a check swing not going around. So a good pitch. They might want to go back to that changeup, as it seemed to fool Benintendi a little bit. They go back with that pitch, but they missed the spot. Now 3-2. So nobody out. White Sox do not want to walk the first batter, and that's exactly what they're going to do. A lot going wrong tonight for the White Sox. Adam Eaton to the plate here in the bottom of the 9th. Runner on first. White Sox got their 2nd hit of the game, as it is 11-0 with 1 out here. David Price still on the mound, as this one could do it. It looks like it will. And that is going to do it for Game 2. David Price throws a complete game, giving up 2 hits. Wow. Just wow. Giving up 1 run. White Sox They were not focused. They were not focused tonight. And due to that, they're down 2-0 in the series, and they are 1 game away from elimination. The White Sox have a talented squad of veterans and young guys. And actually, I should say 11-0. They did not score. For whatever reason, I thought they had a run. White Sox only had 2 hits and no runs. So it's just definitely a little bit shameful from the White Sox. Their fans expected more. You can see the final box score: 11-15-0 for the Red Sox, 0-2-1 for the White Sox. As the Red Sox celebrate a win tonight, they're going to get refocused as Game 3 is coming their way at Fenway. Well, guys, that is going to do it for this episode. Definitely not what we wanted to see, as the Red Sox take Game 1 and 2 of the American League Division Series, and the White Sox are on the brink of elimination. So next episode, we will pick up with the series. White Sox hoping to force Game 5. It'll get Lucas Giolito on the mound again. It's going to be Carlos Rodon versus Eduardo Rodriguez, and then Aaron Sanchez if it gets to Game 4. That's what is scheduled. We take a look at the postseason bracket. Cubs got swept. So the Major League best team, record-wise, swept by the wild card team. Dodgers swept the Washington Nationals, so it's going to be a California NLCS. Boston up 2-0 on us, and the series is split between Seattle and the Angels. So hopefully a lot more to come next episode. Hopefully the White Sox can make a comeback and beat the Red Sox and get to the ALCS again. But you're going to have to watch to find out. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, and we will see you next episode.